What's happening, everyone? So as always, keeping you in the know here on the channel. Today we're talking cheap fragrances that smell like otherwise expensive fragrances. So alternative to really expensive fragrances. This is part two. You guys really showed in the like that you guys enjoy this content. So without any further ado, guys, let's hop into it. Fragrance we're going to talk about right now is going to be a fragrance from a very expensive Italian niche house called Zerjoff Uden. And the alternative fragrance that I'm going to give you now is very similar. I'd say about 70-75% close to Zerjoff's Uden. The only difference here is you're not going to have a very predominant gourmandy kind of a dry down because this does not have the vanilla coffee combination, but it has everything else in the note breakdown. I pick up the sandalwood, which makes this really creamy and very enticing. I pick up the spices up top. And the fragrance I'm talking about that is, like I said, 70-75% close to Zerjoff Uden for a very cheap price is going to be Perry Ellis M. Now this particular fragrance, like I said, very close to Uden. I'd say this is a little bit more fruitier than Uden is. Uden is going to be, of course, more refined, more high quality. The other fragrance that this is very similar to is going to be the original Allure from Chanel. So if you like Allure from Chanel, if you like Uden from Zerjoff, if you never tried Uden from Zerjoff because of the price point, definitely check this out because for the most part, you can find this for under $20 or a little above $20. I'm telling you, it smells amazing. It's elegant, it's sophisticated, it's really modern. And without that huge price tag that Zerjoff fragrances or Chanel fragrances fetch, this stuff here smells incredible and it's very close to both of those fragrances. Guys, check this out. You're gonna love it. Speaking of high-end fragrances, you guys know I'm a huge fan of vetiver fragrances. I love my vetivers. I love when they're earthy, when they're smoky. And this particular fragrance that I'm about to share with you is about 85-90% close to Chanel's Sycomore, which is an outstanding vetiver fragrance. A lot of people in the fragrance community consider it to be one of the holy grails of vetiver scents. Very refined, very sophisticated, very smooth, in spite of being earthy and you know, very powerful. As we know, Chanel produces really refined quality fragrances, especially with this Les Exclusives collection. The fragrance I'm talking about is going to cost very cheap and it's going to smell very similar to Sycomore, and it's going to be Encre Noir à la Extrême. Now, this particular fragrance, I like it even better than the original Encre Noir because the original Encre Noir is going to be a lot more harsh. It's going to be a lot more sharp. So this one here smooth things out, and I think it's definitely closer to Sycomore without being too bold or too harsh. I think the original Encre Noir has a very strong inky vibe, which kind of turns people away, especially in the beginning. This one here is amazing. It's smooth. It's awesome from beginning to end. Guys, check this out. Another one that you can have for a very cheap price, and you're going to smell very expensive. So Encre Noir à l'Extrême, very close to Chanel's Sycomore. Now, there was a fragrance here in the community that was very hyped up and really sought after over the years. Now it's getting almost impossible to find it. And when you do find it, you're going to have to pay, you know, north of $200. And the fragrance was aquatic, was fruity, was very long lasting, quite powerful for an aquatic fruity fragrance. And did I mention it was a great fragrance for compliments with a compliment magnet? So I have a solution for you guys. It's going to cost very affordable when you compare it to when you do find this particular fragrance. The fragrance I'm talking about is Baccarat Invictus Aqua 2016. Long gone, long discontinued, like I said, north of $200 when you do. And if you find a bottle, there's a great solution to that fragrance that's about 90% close to that fragrance. And it's going to be this particular fragrance here, Hawas from the house of Versace. Hawas for him. Very fruity, very aquatic. Absolutely incredible, great for compliment. Like I said, a compliment magnet. This is definitely something you want to consider adding to your wardrobe if you like youthful, playful, you know, sweet, aquatic type fragrances. If you live somewhere where the weather is always nice and warm, if you live somewhere where the weather is tropical all year round, or if you just plain love these type of scents, you're going to love this one, guys. Hawas from Versace, very, very similar to the long discontinued and very sought after fragrance, Baccarat Invictus Aqua, guys. Check this one out. Now, if you like the cologne genre, you know, if you like a fragrance that's very expensive from the Tom Ford private blend, I'm talking about Neroli Portofino, fetches, you know, $200-300 depending on the size. If you wanted to go with longer and stronger performance, you'd have to go with Neroli Portofino Forti, which is even more expensive. But I'm going to give you guys an alternative that actually encompasses all this beautiful melange of fruits. It really captures the Riviera, the Italian coast. This particular fragrance here is going to be Bright Neroli from Ferrari, which is my second favorite car fragrance brand, second only to Bentley, because Bentley has more resonance, more intriguing and stronger fragrances. But this particular one, guys, about 90% close to the Neroli Portofino, and very powerful, very long lasting. Now here's the catch, this fragrance has been discontinued, but at the time I'm shooting this video, you can still find this very, very cheap. We're talking $25 to $30, give or take, whatever you look. Any of discounters or many discounters will have this fragrance. Like I said, between $25 and $35 USD. Amazing pickup if you like the cologne genre, if you're a fan of Neroli Portofino. This is one, guys, you do not want to snooze. Definitely a great one for the warm season. Like I said, captures the tropical Riviera coast of Italy. It's one that I definitely wear a lot. I wore a lot of this fragrance, and thank goodness I have a couple backup bottles, because once this fragrance is gone, it's definitely going to climb up in price, guys. Check this out, a great alternative for a great private blend, Neroli Portofino. Now, I guess you could say I left the best one for last, and if you'd say that, I'd say you're right. This particular one is a very hyped and talked about fragrance profile over the last couple of years. I'd say from 2015 until right now, over the past 5-6 years, very sought after. And of course, with every good scent profile, there's going to be many different dupes or, clones to follow. This particular one, no different. But I think from everything I've tried, and I've tried almost all of them, this is the one that comes closest to the most expensive variation of this fragrance. I'm talking about Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum, the red bottle. This one here, very close, I'd say 85-90%, and extremely powerful in performance. And look at the presentation, guys. This is all Haramain, and this is called Amber Oud, the Rouge edition. Amazing bottle here. Love the presentation. Beautiful coughing-like presentation with a little velvety batting where the fragrance sits perfectly. The bottle looks really cool with the gold plate, front, heavy metal cap. The color is very similar to Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum. The sprays are actually really good, really nice here. You have the engraving up top as well. And like I said, guys, it smells, I'd say, 85-90% close to Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum, and it's long lasting. So if you like that scent profile, you don't have to cough up hundreds of dollars to get that particular fragrance. The room smells amazing right now, guys. This is an incredible find. If you were looking for a great alternative that's going to smell very close to Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum, it's going to be long lasting, look no further. This is your fix right here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments what cheap fragrances you guys love to wear that smells like expensive counterparts. Please sound off in the comments. I'd love to read your comments and perhaps find new ones that I can share with you in future videos. And speaking of which, if you guys want to see more videos of me, I have a list of a lot of different great alternatives to expensive fragrances that are very cheap to share with you in this ongoing series here. If you want to see the series continue, very simple. Leave it on the like, just like you did with part 1. If this video hits 500 more likes, I'll come back with part 3 for you guys and share incredible alternatives to expensive fragrances with you. And I always appreciate the support. If you guys could please leave the like in this video, regardless of me continuing the series, of course I will. Don't forget to also hit the subscribe button and turn on the little notification bell icon so you get videos like these straight into your feed. Thanks for hanging out with me today. As always, remember to choose your fragrance wisely. And of course, as always, wear it well. I'll see you guys right back here with another video very soon. Take care.